After the interview is over, you ask yourself what happens next. This is when the situation gets a little bit confusing, and sometimes it can be a bit troubling. Sometimes within a matter of hours you'll get a phone call, an email saying, "Well done, you've got the job." Or you might hear something that says, "We're really sorry, thank you for coming in, this time you've not been successful." In an ideal world, everybody would get the answer really quickly. Unfortunately, this is the real world, and sometimes you hear nothing for days, even weeks, if at all. From my point of view, I think that's very unfair. I think it's unfair to anybody, whether it's someone who's relatively young applying for their first job or someone who's in their 40s, 50s and 60s. I think somebody who attends an interview deserves a rapid response with some feedback, whether it's positive or negative. That's the way we learn. One of the ways of making sure that you do get a sensible response, and you get it in a reasonable time, is after the interview. You send a very short email back to the person who called you for the interview, in which you simply say, "Thank you very much for arranging my interview. I hope it went well. I felt I did my best to make a positive impression. I would appreciate some idea of when I might be expecting to hear a response." Now, the chances are you will probably get a response that says, "You'll hear within 48 hours, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If you don't get an answer, who's to say what's going to happen next? But I think it's very important that after the interview, you send an email to say, "Thank you for your time, thank you for arranging it. What happens next?" A good company will give you a response. A company that doesn't give you a response to that, you could say perhaps you wouldn't want to work for them anyway. But I think it's important to put a marker down to show that you got the respect for the interviewer, that you're saying, "Thanks for your time. Once again, I look forward to hearing from you." Simple advice, takes a few minutes to do, can make all the difference. Good luck.